morning. Welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and welcome back to all my lovely friends. Now, going back to yesterday, I posted in the community tab on my Facebook page and my Instagram, and I asked you what kind of videos are you looking forward to, and just if you've got any special requests. And one of the video requests was to not only show you how to vacuum pack the flour, how I do it, and that was in the last video. So I thought I'll quickly show you how I do that today. I haven't been into town and brought my bulk bag of flour, but I'll just use some flour that I've got in there and I'll show you my method. Another lot of questions was what containers I use and where do I buy them, and storage of food. So and knowing what's safe to use past its use by date, because as you see in my videos, I'm quite happy to use certain things past their use by date or best before date and things like that. So we'll have a little talk about that, and I will just show you you know, like how I store my things. I haven't been supermarket shopping not since probably the start of August. I would have to look back on my receipts to see when I last did a shop, so I'm really working at eating down in the freezers and using up my stores. You may hear Trix bark a few times because she wants to go and play with her friends. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to have a little look at what I do. All right, so I'll show you the show you my storage and that sort of stuff first, and then we'll do the flour last. Right, so in the kitchen I used to use the plastics as steamer, but I wanted to try and get away from plastic as much as possible. And I don't know, the kids just used to take them out for animal pet reasons or whatever, and they just never came back to the kitchen. So I find that these glass containers, you can get them on Amazon, but I brought all these from Kmart in New Zealand, and it's just got really, really good quality, heavy base glass, and it's just got the plastic lid. And they come in a range of sizes. A little bit pricey to get you started, but this has been fantastic because, I don't know, I think when there's leftovers and they see it and they want to give it to the dogs, it's like, oh, better not do it in the glass. But whereas the plastic containers, they just used to disappear. Plus trying to, find the lids to them. Oh. So yeah, there's a range of sizes. So I've got a smaller square and a bigger square, and then there's the rectangle size as well. So I have a ton of those, and they are fantastic. I've been using them for a couple of years now, and I swear by them. As far as freezing is concerned, I use these freezer bags. All right, they're pretty thin. And if we do get meat, we do all our own butchering and stuff. So yeah, so they're pretty thin. So they're not like the Ziploc bags, which are quite thicker. So if we were doing up like mince and stuff like that, I would just pop it in here, and then you can get all the air out of it. You can actually poke a hole in there and you can suck out the air with a straw, or you can just do it like that. But you've got to be careful about, what the contents is before you suck all the air out. And then it comes with little twist ties. So, yeah, and quite often I will just double bag. So, like, these bags, there's like 40 in these large ones, and I just double bag it. What else do I use? These are the lunch bags that I use. So you can get these at Woolies. And they're just brown paper lunch bags, and if I've got anything that is needing to be done in my food saver, I use these bags to pop my flour in there. I can't remember how many cups. I think it's 6 cups I get in there. and then I roll it down. I'll show you anyway when we go and do it. And then all the flour doesn't get sucked up into your food saver. My food saver is this one. It's just called Food Saver, and I got it from Briscoe's quite a number of years ago, and it's amazing. It works really, really well. You can get the Food Saver rolls, which are like this, and you can just cut the bags to whichever size that you need for, you know, like if you want to do your freezer, you know, freezing meat or vegetables and keep the air away from, because air in freezing is your enemy. So my food saver did come with, it does come with a little plug as well, and it came with these little bags, and then you just plug it into the plug here, and this is 2 chicken breast, and that's been vacuum sealed, so that will last quite a long time in the freezer. Yeah, so that's basically my storage and, you know, things that I freeze in. I'm going to show you the freezer now. Right, this is real life, folks, so I haven't cleaned up or anything, but this is my pet project for the next video, and for the month of September. So I grabbed these baskets from like $2 shops, and they are brilliant. I've had them for so many years, and they contain everything. So yes, I've been stuffing stuff in a little bit here, there and everywhere. I've got all my toasted sandwiches in here. I'm running low on those, so they need to be redone, but using these containers is perfect. Right, for storing my everyday flour, I use these big jars, and they've just got a really good lid with the plastic or rubber gasket. So I've got one for flour, one for white sugar, and one beautiful, I'll show you this AG, I think they call it Queen, yeah, AG Queen preserving, well not preserving, but they're storage jars, that's what I was looking for, and it's perfect. Like it, my brown sugar never goes hard using my AG Queen storage. So I just have them on my bench. And over here in the kitchen, I'm sure you've seen this area a million times, is where I store all my bulk herbs and spices, and they are just in jars that I get from op shops or jars that I've purchased. So over here in New Zealand we can get the perfect jars, and I think they are like $5-6. The Good Life jars, it's got the little tui on there, sorry, the fantail, and also I've got plants in the way, I've got the AG jars as well. Oh, you need a water. Oh, you're looking very sad. And then down the bottom I have the smaller ones that I decant into, and I picked these up, I want to say Briscoe's. I think I got them on special at Briscoe's. So that's for the smaller amounts of herbs and spices that I need. And yes, I've still got all of these sitting on my bench that I said I needed to go through like in a video last week. So real life, I don't get to everything all in a day, maybe a week, maybe a month. Right, under our futon couch, we've got 2 couches in the lounge, but this one's the futon, so it pulls out to a bed. Under there I store my big number 10 cans, and yeah, they've been there for a few years and they're perfectly fine there. So yeah, this house is pretty tidy. I wish it was tidy. It's pretty tiny, and storage is something that I do not have a lot of. So I utilise every little space that I can. So hence under the couch there, I've got the jars. If there was wardrobe space, I'd use up wardrobe, but I don't have any wardrobe spare. So down, this is the little hallway, and I'm going to turn you around and show you the hallway cupboard. Right, so this hallway cupboard is supposed to be the linen cupboard, but I've got all the linen in the hot water cupboard and the laundry instead. So this is it. You may have seen this in other videos, but this used to house all the cans. So up here I've got can risers. They're great to utilise, and I had built up quite a big pantry of cans, mostly fruit, but corn, baked beans, tomato, spaghetti, tuna. Somebody's eaten all the tuna, didn't let me know. So I've got tuna, I've got pickles, but I'm trying to get out of cans and I'm using up what I've got. This is a big mess, but I'll show you that in a sec. And then down here is more cans. So I've got boxes in the back there and more stacks of cans. It's mostly all fruit and beans. And then I've got like whole potatoes and things like that. This level here is a lot of sauces. I've got some corn relish, some stock, packet things. These are so old. April 2018. So I don't use these anymore. So naughty me, I should have given them away before now. So as you can see, this is now becoming my overflow of jarred goods, which is great because that's what I would prefer to have. I did grab a couple of cheapy cans of baked beans to have in the cupboard here because we love to eat baked beans, because probably once a week I do breakfast for dinner. I call it brinner, and I'm out of my own canned baked beans. It's on my list. I've got to get it done because it's so much nicer and cheaper. So yeah, I've got canned venison. Let me know if you want to see how to can meat. I can show you that. And then all the tomato products that we recently did. So yeah, so this storage will be, once I go through products and whatnot, will be cans, jars I should say, of products. And then I've got like my good oil, and I've got vinegars down there, and there's another container with rice and my flour that I put into the bags. This is in my laundry, and I used to store these under the dining room table, but it was a real pain there. So I've got six of them here, and then another 2 in the corner, and I put like pasta and my salt and sugars and flour and all that sort of stuff in there. So yeah, so a great thing about the orange Mitre 10 buckets is, well, you can get any, I think they are 20 litre buckets, and it comes with a really firm lid onto it. I would prefer to have the Gamma lids, but they are so expensive. I think they're like $10 per lid, and even to get them off Amazon now and get them over here, it's like really expensive. So those lids work perfectly fine. So I've got all my pasta, as I said, and just heaps of pantry type goods. Oh, I forgot to show you the kitchen pantry. Righty, so yep, this needs organising as well. I've got some more herbs and spices up here, and this bin here is full of baking things, and then we've got cutlery, not cutlery, plates and glasses. And then again, I've got all my baking bits and pieces. This is the baking shelf in jars. Before, I used to just like have snap lock bags and things like that, and I always got pantry moths. And since changing to jars, again, I've bought most of them from op shops. I've never had a pantry moth again. So yeah, that's all my baking type goods. This one is an absolute hot mess. I've just been throwing things in there. So does the family, of course. But yeah, so here's my navy beans, waiting for me to do the baked beans. I've got pat of butter here, but I do have a butter bell as well. But I use this one for baking and stuff, and I've got some icing sugar because usually I make my own, but I'm out of white sugar almost. Yeah, and then I've got sort of like oils and honeys and spreads, and of course these are the oils that I use, the good oil. They are brilliant. And then I've got my pressure canner down here and my air fryer and vinegars and things like that. So let's have a quick chat about use by dates and best before. So use by date usually means you really should use it by a particular date. So things like, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, things like yogurts, sour cream. Actually, I'll go and get my sour cream. So the sour cream, I buy this one, by the way. The sour cream says best before, and this particular brand I buy at Gilmore's, and it's like a whole litre of it, and it's about $6 plus just. And it's got the best before of the third of the 625, so a much better shelf life than some other brands that you can get at the supermarket. And anyway, it says, I'm pretty sure it will say it, use within 10 days. No, I'm quite happy to leave this until it's done, and it is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. You might have to just like smush it together, you know, because sometimes you can get that little bit of watery stuff with the sour cream, and it's absolutely fine. So that's an example of a best before. It's exactly what it says. It's best before this date, but you can go over. So yeah, I've got no problem with going over date with this. Milk, sometimes milk, you just got to give it the sniff test, don't you? You know, same with cream. I find that if I haven't opened up a cream before the best before, and it doesn't happen very often, but on the odd occasion it will, I find that it's fine to still keep using. But again, sniff test, you look at it and you decide, is it okay? Things like herbs and spices. Now, if I was to be keeping them in the original little cardboard box or packet, I would say I'd be a little bit more dubious about using them, you know, long term. But when they're in a sealed, you know, practically airtight container, they last for a lot longer. Of course, you know, the longer you keep them, the less nutrition is going to be in them and things like that. So, you know, only store big amounts of stuff that you know you're going to go through, and only store, you know, what you know you're going to eat, you know. Yeah, so canned food, you can definitely eat canned food well past its use by date. Those little packets that I showed you in the cupboard, like the devil's sausage mix and stuff like that, those, you know, like I used to see them on special, like, oh, grab that, you know, and I never use them. I always make my own. So, yeah, those packets can sometimes be a bit iffy too long, like that was 2018. That's 6 years, and I really probably wouldn't be comfortable using that anymore because it's really lost all its goodness and stuff. So, yeah, I'll probably have to go through that basket and unfortunately biff a lot of stuff. My bad. Yeah, so generally, just, you know, I'm happy to have things stored for longer periods and use it, but as I said, just have a look. Does it look like it's got bugs in it, and does it still look in good condition? But tin food, as I said, years past, because they have to put a best before or a use by date, that they have to. Righty ho, what else? There was something that I was thinking, but it's gone out of my brain. I'll come back when I think about it. It's gone. It's gone to Never Never Land. Eggs, I thought eggs is another good one. Do the float test. So they'll have a best before or a use by date, and all you need to do is just plonk the egg into water, and if it rises it's not good anymore. If it lays flat it's good, and if it sort of sits upright, pointy end to pointy end sort of thing, you know it's still fine if it's still sitting on the bottom, but it's starting to get old. And then once it floats in the water, then don't use it, it's not worth it. So let me know if you want a more in-depth look at that, and I can show you, I'll show you that. Other than that, let's get on to just doing this flour. Right, I've got a bag already. I always double seal my bags, both ends. One fails, then you've got a backup. So as this is just an example, I'm just going to show you what I do. Pretty sure I usually put 6 cups of flour in here. It depends on how big a bag you get. Okay, and then try and take the air out, and then I just fold it over a couple of times. And then I pop it into my bag. Another trick, if you have something that's a bit saucy that could possibly suck up water into your machine, you just get a handy towel and pop it into here, leaving enough space to seal it, and then you vacuum seal in your normal way, and then just all the liquid sort of soaks into here, and you make it means that you have a good safe seal. Right, so I'm just going to pop my little baggie into there, and I will show you what it looks like. Okay. Now that's rock hard, and I like to press on it, and that helps get more air out. Now it's just sealing. It's ready. So there you go. It's that easy. So I usually put, like, I would fill that more. I think I put 6. That was 3 cups. I put 6 in a bag, and then I put 2 bags into each one of these made up bags, so that I know I've got about 12 cups, which is about, oh yeah, 2 of those bags with the 6 bags almost fills this. So that's why I do it into that size. And like I said, that lot that I did in the last video that I did would be at least 2 years old, and it's been perfectly sealed all that time. I also seal my rice like this as well, but rice you can get away with not putting it in a bag. Alright, so I think they say that you shouldn't do sugar. I've never actually tried it, and that it's sealed, like it goes rock hard or something, but you know, you do get those lumps in your flour, but as I said, you just sift it or you bash it out and it's no problem. Alright, so yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully I covered everything. Yeah, but I look forward to making some of these videos that you guys have been suggesting, and there's been some amazing ideas, some of which that are already on my list, and some that I've thought about making but wasn't quite sure if you'd be interested, and then I can see that you've actually got interest in it. So for example, catering for a large group, 20 or 30 people on a budget, so things like that. I love catering for large amounts of people. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and that you got some useful information out of it. I've probably forgotten a few things, but hey, that's life, right? If you can think of anything else, pop it in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed but you think that you might be interested, I would love it if you could subscribe and give me a like. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, bye for now.